Guten Morgen, lads. How are we? Welcome to a full day of eating. My name is Mr. Morgan Rushton. Nice to be your host. Today we cracked out the England t-shirt. Thailand special this. Quite ironic actually. Went back to see my dad last weekend and he was like, I've got you a present. What is it? We had a conversation a few weeks ago. He showed me this website. He's like, look at all these football shirts. You can get any you want for dead cheap. And to be fair, the quality on it is actually incredible. But today we're going to be running through a full day of eating. I'm currently 4 weeks into a mini cut and I am 5.2 kilos down, so pretty fucking aggressive. I'm only going to do another week or two. The reason for the cut wasn't because I got too fat or anything like that. My digestion and appetite had just gone in the bin. As a former skinny boy himself, I struggle with eating, and so we'll get into that sort of stuff later on in the video. But priority, as always, is hydration. So I've got a scoop of Supplement Needs Electrolyte Plus. It surprises me on a daily basis how many people do not wake up and first priority is hydration. I had a message in the Summer Shred group chat actually the other day of, was it Gareth, who said, I can't believe I've never used electrolytes before. I feel like I've gone the past 30 years being dehydrated. And yes, he was partly joking when he said that, but I genuinely think majority of people just walk around day to day dehydrated all the time. Because I remember when I was a kid, I used to get headaches and stuff on like a regular basis. I rarely ever get headaches, rarely. And they're usually only ever when I've got a hangover after I've drunk, which at the moment is very rare as well. So yeah, wake up. First thing, hydrate yourself, boys. After this, I've drunk this, we're gonna go for a walk and then crack on with some work. No, we're not. I've gotta fucking eat.
I hope you can actually hear me. There's a lot of noise, a lot of drilling going on. Currently out for a couple thousand steps. My current goal is 10k a day. They were at 7k and I just wasn't losing at the rate I wanted, so I was like, fuck it. I'll bump them up to 10k. Charlie isn't here today, he's home. And so usually I would get a lift to the gym because I haven't got the car. Didn't bring my car because I thought there's no point two of us having a car here. It's 150 quid a month just for parking. So Charlie drives us to and from the gym usually, whereas today I'm gonna have to walk.
Right, so first meal of the day is oats. Pretty fucking simple. 100 grams of oats with 350 mils of water. That is the best ratio in my opinion. Around a 3-to-1 ratio. 3 being water, 1 being oats. 50 grams of blueberries, a scoop and a half of chocolate peanut butter whey isolate from MyProtein. To be fair, it's not the best flavour of protein, I won't lie, which is why I add the butter biscuits flavour drops from MyProtein, 0 calorie sweetener. Won't kill you, by the way, just in case anyone tells you. And I don't know if you've noticed, but I'm using a table and a bowl here, not a chopping board. Don't see why you would need a chopping board, but hey ho. The macros and calories in it are 529 calories, 45 protein, 76 carb and 8 fat. At the moment my fat intake is really low. Like I'm trying to go pretty much 0 direct fat sources. I would usually have, during prep on a rest day, I would have dark chocolate and peanut butter in this, which is absolutely unreal, especially with that peanut butter whey. Like when you add something else which is peanut buttery flavour, well, it is actual peanut butter, but when you add that in with the peanut butter whey, it actually brings the flavour out a little bit more. Or I'm just lying to myself, I can just taste the peanut butter, but yeah, it's usually delicious. Get this down me, and then we'll crack on with some work and get ourselves to the fucking gym. Woo! Right, I am going to have a monster, cheeky little monster, mango, ultra feisty mango. Of course, 0 sugar one. Don't make the same mistake I've made in the past. I bought one of these before. I was looking for the mango one. I went to a little off-licence, a little corner shop in the dirty streets of Stoke-on-Trent, and I ended up coming out with one that wasn't 0 sugar. Drank it. I think I put a picture on my story and someone popped up and was like, sound like I'm on fucking BBM. Someone replied to it and was like, you do realise they're full sugar ones? And I was like, sorry, what? I'm not asked about the sugar in terms of like my health. I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, don't consume sugar, it's going to kill you. It's just the calories. I ain't got room for the fucking calories, bro. I'm also going to smash down me an apple, and 2 caramel Snacker Jacks. That is basically just for a top up in terms of carbs. So pre-workout, I always say this to all my clients, you want to aim for at least a gram per kilogram of body weight in carbohydrates. So for example, I am currently sat at around 86 kilos. In fact, not around, bang on 86 kilos this morning. So at least 80, we're gonna roll with it. At least 86 grams of carbs. So if you were 70 kilos, aim for 70 grams. There's 122 grams of carbs in total, including the oats and the apple and the Snacker Jacks. So plenty of fucking carbs. I remember last year during bodybuilding prep, I was literally sat there and I'd smash like half a pack. I'd tell myself, right, I'll just have 2. And then I'd have 2, and of course, I'm still starving. So I'd end up just smashing the whole pack, which meant then for the rest of the day, I basically was starving. But yeah, at least my performance was good, which is the main reason we do it. Whilst we're here, let me show you this, right? Oh my fucking God. Dill. Big dill, right? Can you see that? So this is the result of his cut. This was a mini cut we did with him in December, yeah? December. Only 5 or 6 months ago. And we went from 70 kilos down to 65. And then we pushed him back up to 67 kilos here. And then bosh, all the way down to 61 kilos. So I've just had a message from someone, just replied to my story saying, I think mini cuts are overrated. Well, I think you're chatting absolute shit. Now fuck off. But yeah, mini cuts are definitely worth it, which is why I'm doing one right now. The word optimal, when I speak about that, I wouldn't very often actually apply that to most people because most people don't need that level of optimality. However, a bodybuilding prep is completely different. I am just about to leave to go to the gym. I need to make my intro and I need to be fast about it and then order an Uber because the time is currently, it's literally 10 to 3. I've been working up until now. Such a fucking hard worker. And I've got a consult call at 5. So I need to get to the gym, get back from the gym and make the consult call at 5. The plan was to walk, but it looks like I'm going to have to catch an Uber to and from the gym and then do steps later on. So 43 grams of this MyProtein in EAA, the same one I always have. It's literally a mixture of EAAs, carbs and electrolytes, so it's an all-in-one solution. And then 10 grams of creatine, just because 5 grams is not enough because I'm a big boy. What? Morg trained with Mo Samuels? Picture, or it never happened. It did indeed happen, but I'm afraid I didn't get a picture. For those of you who don't know who Mo Samuels is, he's a guy I've watched for absolutely years on YouTube, and he trains at our gym, FLF. I've been playing it cool. I've seen him in there a few times. Charlie come back the other day actually and was like, I trained with Mo. He was like, we did a few sets on legs, and then he was in there at the same time as me today. Filming a YouTube video actually. He was probably thinking, fucking hell, who's that big YouTuber over there? I've never seen him before. No, he definitely wasn't. But I was on the leg press and he come over and he was like, do you mind if I jump in a few sets? I was like, absolutely go for it, mate. What's your name? Mo. As if I didn't recognise him. I was like, is it Mo? And he was like, yeah. I was like, I've watched you for years. He was like, oh shit, that's cool. And then we were just speaking about his prep because he looks how I looked last year, like Skeletor face, 5 weeks out he is. So it was cool just speaking to him about stuff. The next meal, I'm going to teach you how to make a delicious stir fry because I think I've mastered it. The first stir fry I did, it was dry as fuck, proper dry, and I was like, what am I doing wrong here? So I was Googling, I was like, how do you get a stir fry to not be dry? Apparently it's to do with the oil you use. If you use olive oil, it doesn't have a high burning temperature. You have to use a different type of oil. So I've got stir fry oil. It's basically a mix of sunflower, sesame and ginger oils with an extract of garlic in there as well. So this has got a higher boiling point, I think. And then what I've also been doing is when I put the noodles in with the meat, putting a splash of water in there, and that just hydrates things nicely. This is the key ingredient, by the way. These two right here, ginger, garlic. Throw your oil in the pan, then put these in, cook them off a little bit, and then throw your beef in on top. But I mean, a stir fry is pretty straightforward to make, so I'm not gonna give you a tutorial. That's just the key tips. So this meal would usually be my third meal. At the moment it's my second one, literally just today, because I had no potatoes when I got back, and the time is currently 5 o'clock, well, 5:30, and I can't be arsed to go and fucking walk Sainsbury's to get potatoes. So 175 grams of 5% minced beef, 1 noodle nest, 80 grams of frozen sweet corn, and 1 teaspoon of sesame oil. That comes to 531 calories, 46 protein, 16 fat, and 52 carbohydrates. 52 grams of carbohydrates. That's perfect. It's got the right amount of, you know when you get noodles from a Chinese takeaway and they're a bit sticky, but they're not dry? That's what I've nailed there. Bosh. You'll never guess what, lads. I had to go to the shop, didn't I, to get the famous potatoes. Didn't have any. Didn't fucking have any! So, I've had to resort to, for the second day in a row, this isn't the first time this has happened, this happened to me yesterday, this mashed potato. I'm currently watching Russ cook Hardy's Geezer with Stephen Bartlett. Geezer got kicked out by his parents. Sounds familiar, that. We won't go too much into that, brings up some past trauma. Anyone who's new around here, past trauma.
Every now and again.
Whoa. 1 pack of mash, 180 grams of chicken breast with the usual Nando's medium seasoning, not medium garlic today, just medium. Fancied a little bit more spice. Why the fuck have I just done that? That makes me cringe. And then broccoli, tender stem, as always. So the calories for this one, 531. Wait, no it's not, that was the last meal. Calories for this one is 518. 52 carb, 8 grams of fat, and 53 protein. So you can see that like all these meals pretty much are around 500 calories, but they taste absolutely fucking unreal. So if anyone tells you you can't make unreal food that tastes delicious for less than, well, it's not technically less than 500, it's less than 600 calories, they're lying to you. We forgot the supplementation. One of my clients called Grant said to me, we want a full day of eating and I want to see every single thing that enters into your mouth. Well, Grant, you're going to get a shock at the end of the video. No, I'm joking. Multivitamin, supplement needs. Oh no, I've dropped it in my fucking food. Krill oil, 2 of those. 3 just normal fish oils, and then 1 vitamin D3. So for supplementation on a daily basis, that's about all I take, basics, and then you've got creatine, pre-workout, intra-workout, and that's about it really. I cycle on and off ashwagandha. If I take ashwagandha for too long, 1, it affects my sleep in a negative way. At first it's a positive adaptation, like I can fall asleep easier. However, I've noticed when I take it for too long, I struggle getting up in the morning, and my thought process is, the fact that ashwagandha reduces cortisol levels maybe reduces it too much to the point where you actually need cortisol in some situations. So for example, in the morning, to wake you up, you need that spike in cortisol to actually be able to get out of bed. I was waking up and I'm still groggy, like really tired, and I became reliant on it at one point. I remember, going off track here, the first date me and Sally ever went on, Sally is my girlfriend, I took 3 caps of ashwagandha, 1,500 milligrams, because I was that nervous, and it chilled me out, like made me so fucking relaxed that on that first date we went on, I was just so fucking boring. I had no personality, and yeah, it didn't go very far at first. We then rekindled a couple of months after, sorry. But yeah, don't take ashwagandha before a date, lads. Little dating tip for you there. Final meal of the day is the standard Greek yogurt, 250 grams of Fage with a scoop of vanilla protein, actually. Vanilla whey isolate, not white chocolate. I need to actually put my protein order in a second. Dark chocolate, blueberries, absolutely fucking delicious, mate. Calories and macros for the day are as follows: 2,252 calories, 194 grams of protein, 283 grams of carbs, 37 grams of fibre, and 38 grams of fat. Just to emphasise the point that I made earlier on in the video, the total for the day in terms of carbs was 283, and 133 of those, so almost 50% of those carbohydrates, came in my pre-workout meal, and I had a fantastic session. So what does that tell you? Eat your fucking carbs before you go and train. If you've been watching the channel, me, since last year, you've been subscribed for a while, everything I've eaten today, you will have seen me eat before. Why? Because it ticks every single fucking box. Nutrition, in terms of micronutrition, fibre, it ticks all boxes. Versatility, taste, I absolutely love every single meal that I eat in my diet. And I said this all last year, so there is literally zero reasons for me to change. I did think to myself, is it even worth me recording a full day of eating, because I'm eating literally the same meals, but at the end of the day, it's to prove to you lot, it doesn't need to be fancy, it doesn't need to be on a fucking chopping board, and it doesn't need to be fucking organic. Comprende? Comprende? Right, so that is all. If you are new around here, click subscribe. We're trying to get to 5,000 subscribers. That's my goal for this year, 5,000 subscribers. So please, click the like button, drop a comment and subscribe. And go over to my Instagram, drop me a follow on there, because I'm trying to grow that as well. Don't know if you can notice the reels which I upload. I've really been trying to put an effort in, guys. Really been trying to put some effort in. And those reels take me longer than you probably think. So do all the content I make, because I am a perfectionist, and I will export, watch the video back on my phone and realise the tiniest little mistake I've made or something along those lines, and then have to re-export it like 4 or 5 times. But that's just in my nature. I would not feel comfortable uploading something which I knew there was a mistake in. So it is what it is. Like, subscribe, give us a kiss, fuck off.